There's no question about it. Vlogging in public isn't easy. It takes time to feel fully comfortable, and I hate to be the guy to say it, but the more you do it, the better you'll be. I've been talking on camera or vlogging on camera for a good few years now, and most of my videos, whether they are actual vlogs or just tutorial videos or whatever it is, are shot outside in the open air around the open people. Open people. And over that time, I've constructed various things that work for me when filming in public. So all of the things I'm gonna go through today are things I actually do and not just things I just sat here and came up with last night. And of course, we will be getting out to the people with sunglasses on. But before we do get to the people, or before you get to the people, it all starts inside with no cameras. Apart from this one. I think we'll keep this one rolling for now. See, the thing is, you need to get comfortable talking to yourself. If you're not comfortable talking to yourself, you're not gonna be comfortable talking to a camera, and you definitely won't be comfortable talking to a camera in public. So forget about the cameras to start with, get used to talking to yourself, because essentially that is what we are doing. Like right now, I'm sitting all alone talking into the camera, and I know, well, I hope some of you are watching, but I can't see you. And you're not with me. So right now I am literally just sitting here on this couch talking to myself. But it feels normal and natural for me because I've been doing it for so long. But at the beginning, it felt super, super weird. So at the end of each day, let's say for a week, just spend 1 or 2 minutes giving a roundup of your day, like a summary to yourself, whether you're in the car, in your house, but remember, be on your own, don't be with someone, and just get used to that. And it will feel weird to start with, but I guarantee by the end of the week, it will flow a lot more naturally because you'll then be used to talking to yourself. And once you've mastered talking to yourself, it's now time to bring out the camera, but not the camera, your phone camera. So do exactly what you've been doing at the end of each day, let's say giving a couple of minutes summary of your day, but instead of just doing it to yourself, now record it to your phone camera so you get used to talking to yourself to a camera, but not overwhelming yourself with an actual camera. And once you're comfortable speaking to your phone camera, it's time to decide your camera. And there's no right or wrong to this. You can literally use your phone camera as your camera. I know a lot of people use their phone camera as their main camera. I use my phone camera to shoot a lot of things, but whatever camera you decide to use, make sure it's a small setup, especially at the beginning. You don't want a massive setup because it's just gonna attract a lot of attention, which is gonna put you off when you're vlogging in public. The more confident you get, you could then increase your setup to like a bigger setup if that's what you want. But there's so many great pocket-sized cameras out there, like the action cameras and all that. I've got loads of videos on them, my LinkedIn down below, that are perfect. All I would say is whatever camera you decide to use, make sure you're familiar with the settings and how to set it up and use it before you get out there, because you don't want to get out there and then be overwhelmed by what that does, and what that does. Yeah, you just want to focus on the vlogging element. So cover all of that before you get out there. And then it's time to get out there, but not to the people, just to the people. And what I mean by that is find like a nice woodlands area or like a field. Wait, is a field the same as a woodlands area? I don't know, but yeah, just where there's like the odd person walking a dog, just to get yourself used to vlogging to a camera, speaking to a camera, speaking to yourself, whatever you want to call it, but now out in the open around some people. And then do the same, but this time in an area with people. So somewhere where there's a bit more going on, cars are driving past, people are walking past, but not too intense, so there's not loads of people. So you see what we're doing here? We're getting used to being out in the open around the people and getting used to those looks, because let me tell you, people are driving past and looking, people are walking past and looking, but you've got to get used to the looks. And once you're comfortable in those settings, it's time to get out to the people. And of course, every vlog, every situation is different. You don't necessarily know how busy or quiet a certain area might be unless you know that area. For example, I knew that Woodlands area where I was earlier was going to be quiet, but if I was in the centre of London right now, I know it would be super busy. But if you've done these practice runs starting in a quiet area and working your way up to a busier area, when you naturally get to a busier area, you'll be all fine. And one thing that pretty much stays the same, I would say 95% if not more of the videos I shoot outside on location, is I always start them in a quieter area. So right now I'm in the town centre of the Isle of Wight. I have absolutely no idea where I'm going, but you can always count on there being a patch of grass somewhere like this, which is pretty quiet. And what I'm going to do now that I'm out here is I'm going to slowly work my way into the people, which still helps me to this day. And like I said earlier, this isn't just stuff I came up with last night. This is stuff I actively do. So go back on 1, 2, 3 of my videos, you'll see all of them pretty much start in a quiet location and I work my way up to the people, and have a rough idea before you actually get out and start the vlog of where you want the vlog to go. You don't need to plan every single thing. I always find vlogs are so much better when they happen and unfold naturally, and definitely do not try and script the whole vlog because it's just going to put you off. And when you're out here, you want to be doing everything but trying to put yourself off. But you do want to have a rough idea of where the vlog is going and roughly what you want to be doing whilst you're out here vlogging. And there's no question about it, being out here, people are going to look, like I said earlier, but one way to forget about the looks, or what's the word I'm looking for, combat the looks, is just not look. Just don't focus on anyone around you and literally stare into the lens, which without my glasses you can see I'm literally staring into the lens. So I can see that there's people moving around me, but I can't actually see whether they're looking at me because I'm looking into the lens. And one thing I've done in this video and do in all my videos, I don't know if you've noticed in this video, is shoot things in small sections. So not just one big 10-minute speech, which, let's be honest, I could have just stood here and given you all these points in a 10-minute speech, but it doesn't just make it interesting for the viewer when you cut things up and you're in different locations or whatever. It actually helps when you are out here just split things up for you. So shooting things in smaller sections is always better. But thanks. Things like that happen as well. You just said I look beautiful. Right, where was I? See? The people aren't always scary people. Nice people. So, what was I saying? Right, don't leave massive gaps, if you can, between each shot. Now, of course, this is going to be different based on the vlog you're doing, because you might be, I don't know, starting the vlog here and traveling somewhere, and you might want to miss out the travel bit. But what I mean, for example, is let's take this video today. Let's say I started this video, I've come out here now, I'm in the people, and I decided, right, I'm going to go and have lunch halfway through the video, and an hour and a half later, I started the video again. For me, I would be like out of the swing of things, and it just would be like I'm starting again, because once you're out here and you're feeling confident. That's the thing, the confidence builds up as you go through, and I feel like if I was to stop and have a break now, yeah, things might feel slightly different. And vlogging with a family member or friend by your side might help you, give you that confidence that you might need. For me personally, at the beginning, it actually didn't help. It put me off a little bit, but over time now I love it when I have one of them by my side. But it might work for you at the beginning, which is why I'm saying it. So test it out and see whether having a friend or family member by your side works or it doesn't. You'll know straight away whether it does or it just puts you off at the beginning. And like I said, the more you do it over time, the more you'll be comfortable maybe with someone else being by your side if you wasn't comfortable at the beginning. And obviously when you're walking around vlogging like this with the camera facing towards you, I've always found over time that this attracts more attention than, let's say, if the camera was facing away from you. And it's good to break things up in terms of the shots because it makes it more interesting for the viewer. So if you do feel a little bit overwhelmed just walking around completely like this with the camera facing towards you, then just simply face it away from you to do some of these kind of camera away from your face shots, and then move it back to you to do some camera on your face shots. Just break it up, like I said, to make it more interesting, but also less overwhelming for you if that's what you're feeling with a camera just stuck in your face. And I chose to film this whole video on the Action 5 Pro today, not only because I love the camera, but also because everything is in focus, and I wanted you to see not only me, but people around me, and to show you that yes, of course, some people do care and some people do stare, but on the whole, there's a lot of people that simply just walk past. It's that fear of the people. I get it. Even to this day, I have it in my head. People, people, people. What do people think? What do people think? Well, listen, like I've said and shown you in this video, there are some people that care and a lot of people on the whole that actually don't. And even the ones that look, they have a little 1-2 look and then they walk on. Do you think they're walking on now thinking, oh, remember that guy we saw? How stupid did he look? Remember that guy we saw? Remember how stupid? No, they're not sitting there thinking that. But if you didn't press record to get the shot you wanted to get, you would be kicking yourself when you got home because you had the fear of the people. And it always helps when you're out here vlogging to remember the reason why you're vlogging and who you're vlogging for, rather than who you're vlogging to. And there's only one thing left to do. Get out there and let the vlog. Life goes on.